It's Friday, I'm Lee, that can only mean one thing. It's time for the Warhammer Friday show. What a week for Warhammer! In this video I'll catch you up on all the news. There's so many models to look at. Action-packed is an understatement. This is probably one of the best weeks for new models and reveals I think we've had for a long time. So let's get started, and of course, as we do in every Warhammer Friday show, there'll be an award at the end for Star of the Week and Loser of the Week. Last Saturday or Friday, depending on the region you're in, there was a ton of reveals from the World Championship online preview. I'm not going to go through all of them in detail. There's loads of videos out for that now if you'd like to catch up. I'll link to some at the end. Warhammer 40,000 got a few models, and we also got to see the Codex roadmap, so you can have an idea of what to expect now as we work our way through into 2024. We'll start to see a lot of the older units now being updated, and we got to see the Deathwing Knights Deep Strike from the Shadows in the World Championship preview online as well. But overall, I think Age of Sigmar came out on top again. Before we go through the Age of Sigmar models, I'd like to say a big thanks to my sponsors and supporters. There'll be links down below where you can find out more about them. Make some great savings at the moment with the Black Friday deals, and also up to 20% on your hobby products throughout the year. Alright, Age of Sigmar now though, as we look at the return of Usheran, the Mortarch of Illusion. And what a fantastic model that is. I did a video on it and covered it in full. I'll probably link to that one at the end of this, as it also includes some of the other reveals we saw for the Age of Sigmar. Mainly those reveals showed us the new Book 4, the Mad King Rises for Dawnbringers, and we got to see the new army for Age of Sigmar, which is the army box for the Flesh Eater Courts. A ton of new models. It's really great to see that army being updated with a refresh, and they've certainly done a really good job. I said when I made the video about them on Saturday, this would be a really good box for Warcry, I think. There's a lot on offer here, and this guy as well. What a great character that is. He's going to be separate to the army box though. Here's the army box. This is going to be your first chance to get hold of the new battle tome and these new units all in one place, and these are the best value if you're looking to start a new army. I think you'll have a great time with this one. Really fun to build and paint, I think. And that was definitely one of the best reveals from the online preview. Not my favourite though, we'll get to that a little later on. The Warhammer community team put up an article on the Warhammer community site today, Friday the 24th of November, having a little look at the battle tome. You'll get a sneak peek at a battle trait or two, and so yeah, that's a nice little article if you're interested in them and want to find out a little bit more about what you might expect from this army and how they might play on the tabletop. I expect they'll get some buffs the new armies usually do. Sticking with Age of Sigmar from the online preview, we saw some more models for Warhammer Underworlds Deathgorge, and this is going to be the Cruel Boys again with Daggok Stab Lads. A bit bored of the Cruel Boys now. I feel like we've had these quite a lot, and so I wasn't really that interested in this preview. I didn't even cover it on the channel. But there you go. If you want to have a look at that, that's up, and there's an article as well dated 18th of November on the Warhammer community site where you can see some of the cards. Horus Heresy got a Mark 6 Assault Marines rocket for Age of Darkness, so a little bit of a reveal there, but this did it for me. It's the Enforcer Tauros for the Palanite Enforcers for Necromunda, and I think this is just a really cool looking vehicle. I love you've got the different weapons that you can have on the turret if you want to. I can imagine it without any weapons at all, and then it would be super sleek and really fast, but great looking model, really cool this one. It was definitely my favourite reveal from the online preview. But then we did see the Night Lords for Kill Team, and these aren't a brand new set. You're going to get the Chaos Space Marines, but with a pretty comprehensive looking bonus sprue, so you can kit them out as the Night Lords. And I expect there's going to be quite a lot on that sprue, because these looked unrecognisable. I thought it was a new Kill Team completely at first, but no, it's the upgrade that did it. So some nice models there. Nice to see some of the different factions getting a little bit of attention like this. They had some interesting little hints as to how they're going to play, but we haven't seen anything else since that online preview. Hopefully next week we'll get a bit more information from the Warhammer community site. Then we got to see a new model from Warhammer the Old World and Ancient Terror from Beneath the Sands. This is the Necrolith Bone Dragon. It's a totally new plastic kit, and you've got the Osseous Overlord there riding into battle on the throne. That takes us up to Sunday now, and I went through the online preview already, so I'll link to that at the end too. Also the prices as well, if you'd like to check those out. I won't go through it all now, we've seen all that already this week, but really nice to see some articles coming out to support those products. So if you're looking forward to get hold of them, you're going to have loads of information to read through for both the Necrons Codex, and there was a separate article for the Necrons detachment rules as well. So lots of read in there if you're into that faction. If the Adeptus Mechanicus is more your thing, then you're also going to be able to have a look at an article for the detachment rules for those as well. So lots of reading for Warhammer 40k this week. It's kind of dominating the Warhammer community site. So if you're into 40k, there's lots to catch up on there. And here's another article for the Adeptus Mechanicus. Again, looking into the Codex a little bit deeper. That takes us out of the weekend now, and it's always nice to see Middle-earth strategy battle game getting some attention. And check out this new kit, the new translucent plastic kit for the Armies of the Dead. There's two kits here, the Warriors of the Dead and the King of the Dead and Heralds, and they've been recast in clear plastic with a spectral blue tint, so you can just dry brush with white paint and you're pretty much good to go. There's a double whammy in the article, as there's going to be an upcoming terrain box. This is going to put together some of the Ruins of Gondor set together in one big box. Now usually this is going to be Games Workshop or Warhammer website exclusive, so you're not going to get the 20% discount if it doesn't go out to those online retailers. So they've done that in the past with a few sets, and we also saw it, I think, this week actually with Necromunda when they put together the Ash Waste terrain in one big box as well. It might be better off getting them separately, saving 20% with online retailers. You have to wait and see for the prices to be confirmed on that, I think. Each week now there's a new article for Warhammer the Old World, and in this one they're looking at the combat phase. So each week it's been looking at different phases and giving you a good insight into the rules, and there's a lot of information in these articles. So if you're curious to see what's going to be coming up for the Old World, then have a real good look through all of these, and then you're going to get loads of information. It should give you a good idea of how the game's played, and I think if you did play it before, there's probably enough info there that you could kind of reflect back and make some comparisons to. I didn't, but they are quite comprehensive articles, so they've done a really nice job there with this, and you can see as we get down to the bottom of the article, it tells us what's been previously, and next week we've got morale and psychology to come. The rumour engine treated us to a hand this week. It can't be another Cruel Boys, can it? Surely not. We've had enough of those already. 3 fingers and a thumb. What do you think? Add your guesses down below. Back to Warhammer 40,000 now. It was the Meta Watch on the 23rd of November. The videos on the article if you want to have a look. These are normally really good. I don't play or follow along really with Warhammer 40,000 now, except for the models, and so yeah, I don't really know what's going on with this new 10th edition. I didn't like it, and so I didn't continue with it, and so yeah, that's how I'm standing. But you might like it, and if you do, the information is all here, so you can have a look and see who's top in the charts. You've got the Eldari, Leagues of Votan, Black Templar, and Chaos Space Marines leading the way. And down the bottom, Drukhari, Adeptus Custodes, and Deathwatch, and Astra Militarum are the losers. But yeah, there we go. Expect to see those top ones selling a few more products now, as those meta chasers start mixing up their armies. Thursdays are still very much Horus Heresy Thursdays, and each week the Warhammer community site will put up a new model for Horus Heresy. I don't know about you, but I'm just a bit bored of Horus Heresy now. I don't really take much notice what's going on there either. Even with the models, they don't really do it for me. But this week it was 1,000 Suns Librarian. Luckily, the week ended on a high point with this awesome Christmas video as we get to see the new reveal for the Red Gobbo's Nemesis. It's such a fun time of year. I always love to see what they're going to come out with, and when they do these real characterful models, I just think it's awesome. I wish they'd do more of this, really. Less Horus Heresy, more things like this. So much fun, and it's a really cool character, and they've done a great job here. I thought last year's was good. I thought the recent Red Gobbo that we saw was also good, but this one, I think is just fantastic. Let's scroll down and we'll check out the model in a bit more detail, and then here you can see all those little bits coming off. It's got a mouthful of gifts, great idea. It's got those reindeer horns tied on, and then all the grots just hanging off as well. Really nicely done, really sums up the character of these little guys, and I think this is going to accompany that other model really nicely. Here you can see some of the other angles, and it's got some nice little features in there. Even got a tiny little Space Marine, and a little Stormcaster Eternal in 2. You've got paint pots going on, candy canes, all sorts. Yeah, really nice model. The details are so fun, and I think this is just brilliant. You've even got rules where you can have a play with Warhammer 40,000 or Age of Sigmar using the model as well. So that's really good that they've done that. And here's a picture of those 2 models now for this year together, and they do look brilliant. A great pair, and having these 2 would just be so fun. For me though, it's a pass. I'm not going to get it as much as I like it. I'm going to stick with the one I had last year, bring that out as a tradition every year now, and I'm going to stop buying in and just trying to pick up every kind of release that comes out now. I'm going to try and pull away from that and focus on some of the other creators out there, because there's so many cool models and fantastic creators out there. We've got a lot to choose from. We're pretty lucky. Right, that brings us on to the Star of the Week and Loser of the Week, and let's go with Star of the Week first. And you know what, I've got to give it to this new guy, the Red Gobbo's Nemesis. The Grot Muskets get it for me. It was a tie-up between those and the vehicle for Necromunda that we saw earlier, but no, this has got to be it. It's just really fun, and it sums up the spirit of these models, and I really like it when Games Workshop are more playful with their creations like this. Time for Loser of the Week, and after a tough choice, I went for this one. It's the Necromunda Ash Waste bundle. This is going to come together in one big box. There wasn't a price for this for the retailers, so I think it's only going to be available directly from Games Workshop, which means you're going to be paying the full price. Actually, I should stop saying Games Workshop. It's just Warhammer now, I suppose. But getting hold of this big bundle directly from Warhammer means you're paying the full retail price, and so it still might be better for you if you buy it separately, get your 20% off with Element and Wayland Games, and then you might make even more of a saving than buying it as a bundle like this. There you go then, that's this week's Warhammer Friday show complete, and I'd love to hear what you think about this. What was your favourite from the week? Is anything standing out to you? Will you be picking up the Grot Muskets or anything else we've seen in the lineup here? And who would have got your Star of the Week and Loser of the Week? Let me know down below. I've just been spending the week thinking about zombies, as my Population Z Welcome to Huntsville is going to be available in January. It's going to be up for sale straight away, no Kickstarter or anything. I'm literally going to launch with a pre-order and we're going to get going with it. I've also been writing articles on my website now each day about how to write your own tabletop skirmish game. So if that's something you're interested, have a look at my blog. I'll put a link down below. I'm also turning those blog posts into audio only here on YouTube, so I've got a solo cast section that I've set up. So over the next week, most of these will be recorded and up on the channel, but you can read them all now. There's 11, 12 articles, and each day I'm writing a new one, popping it up, and then that's going to develop over the next few months into a big series and pretty much covering everything you need to know to write your own tabletop skirmish game. So I'm really enjoying that process. Thanks so much if you've been reading along. Hope you're enjoying it too. And each day I put a link in the YouTube post section, so have a look for that in your feed. As we get closer to the release of the game, I'm pushing my Facebook page now and growing my Facebook group as well. So if you want to come and join that, that's going to be a really good place to talk about the game, share your pictures of you playing it, and then also any questions you got, I'll be on hand to answer right away. I know it's a bit old-fashioned being on Facebook now. I don't really use Discord. I can't stick to it. There's too much going on there. I like Facebook, nice and simple, and I just like the way it works there. So it's all going to be in the links down below if you'd like to join now, and then we can start talking about the game and get ready for January. Thanks so much for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully it caught you up with this week's Warhammer news. And I hope you've been enjoying these weekly Warhammer Friday shows. I'm going to keep doing them. And it's really good to just try and put everything into 1 or 2 videos a week now for Warhammer. And then start concentrating on those other awesome games out there. So thanks again. If you liked the video, it'd be awesome if you hit the like button. Subscribe for more videos like this one. And I look forward to seeing you here next time on Tabletop Skirmish Games. Thank you so much to my Patreon supporters for helping me to keep going with these regular videos. I couldn't do this without you, and I appreciate your support so much. If you'd like to join the Patreon community, support the channel, get some great perks at the same time, there's a link down below in the description. It'll be awesome to see you there.